Hello, and welcome to the final installment of my speeches. I want you to imagine for a moment that you were in your bedroom after a harsh day at work. Nothing has gone right, and all you need is a moment to yourself to unwind. As you lay down, it hits you for the first time that everything is transparent. The clothes you are wearing, the walls of your house, everything. And to top it off, every thought that you have had, or will have, is displayed for everyone to see. How does that make you feel? Are you comfortable with the thought that nothing in your life will ever again be private? You better be, because that's where we're headed, unless we make some drastic changes now. Today I'm going to tell you 3 different ways to commit to a future with individual privacy and choice. Firstly, I'll explain about the privacy of your home. Secondly, the privacy of your internet and mobile phones. And lastly, the privacy of our future. According to alarms.org, there are roughly 2.5 million break-ins per year. On average, that's a burglary every 13 seconds. A home invasion is one of my most feared losses of privacy. In an instant, everything that I have built and worked so hard for is exposed and vulnerable to the world. Every 13 seconds, my home is at risk of being ransacked, my private valuables exposed to the world. Now, at the same time as these 2.5 million burglaries invading our privacy, we also have high-definition satellites, able to see every shingle of our home. MakeUseOf.com takes anyone who has access to the internet through each individual step of Google Earth Pro, stating that virtual trips allow you to visit any country on Earth. You can fly down from outer space and zoom down to the street level. You can search for any location, any address, any name, with any coordinates. Again, in an instant, you can view anyone's house. You can find every access point, the make and model of their cars. You can even read the signs in their front yard. This is why we need to be on top of and aware of our privacy. But there are options to help protect the privacy of our homes. High Security Home writes that security systems help protect us and our valuables. 83% of burglars say that they look to see if a home has an alarm system before making a decision about whether or not to break in. This is a very important subject that if we have the knowledge of best practices, we can defend ourselves. Alarm systems and home monitoring can help us fight for our rights. Now, the second form of privacy I wanted to speak to you about is internet privacy. An article from Security Today tells us that most internet users are least bothered about their online privacy and are unaware of the plausible risks associated with it. Not only your privacy, but your safety is also endangered, especially when you are using the internet to carry out important and secretive tasks like online banking and sharing crucial business files. As we move forward into the future, we see that privacy is becoming less innate. We must remember that we have a duty to actively protect ourselves and not let this barrage of new technology be the demise of our human right to freedom and privacy. Alongside the internet, we have mobile phones. We go every day not thinking about the security of our phones and how our privacy could be at risk. Tech News World states that mobile malware has been increasing at an alarming rate. There was 27% increase in new mobile malware last quarter of 2017, according to McAfee, only to continue to rise as time goes on. With all of these examples so far, how can we believe that we are going to be safe just because we get lucky? At this point, it should be pretty obvious that we have to be cautious. Now, there are many ways we can protect ourselves, but one of the most effective ways to protect our internet and mobile phone activity is a virtual private network. VPNs wrap every bit of our data into a nice package, seal it with an ultra-strong password. According to PC Mag, VPNs encrypt web traffic. They help protect the identity of people who connect to the open internet. There are many inexpensive VPNs that will help to keep you safe with just a few clicks. They can be found with a simple internet search. Now, lastly, I want to talk to you about the future. There have been a multitude of companies that we were taught to trust who have sold our personal information for small financial gains. For instance, CBS News says Zoom is being sued in California for allegedly giving users personal data to outside companies. If you cannot trust a company like Zoom that we all use regularly, even here at Portland Community College, then who can you trust? Yet another example here is AT&T. The news outlet The Verge brings us an article telling us that AT&T is being sued for selling customers' location data. This is a phone company that has been a part of our lives since the beginning. They are one of the major factors in our technology's evolution, and they are selling our intimate location data. It is important to recognize that we are being taken advantage of, and that it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon. It is also important to see that people are taking action for our future. Once you have the knowledge, you are able to protect yourself. According to TechCrunch, Facebook has been cracking down on malicious developers following the Cambridge Analytica scandal, which saw the personal data of 87 million Facebook users compromised. Facebook did not do this out of the kindness of their heart. Facebook was forced to take action after multiple complaints and lawsuits from individuals like you and me. When we stand together, we have the power to make a difference. For the first time, I asked you to imagine you lived in a transparent world with no borders, and that seemed rather unbelievable and far-fetched. But I would bet that the idea of your life not being as secure is starting to gnaw at you. I covered 3 ways that our privacy is at risk and the ways to keep yourself protected. It does not take much time nor effort to protect our future. I cannot imagine the lives of my children being exploited and their private information being sold. And if I choose to stand back and do nothing, then that is the life I am binding them to. It is my duty to leave the world a better place than the way I found it. And this is how I do it. I urge you to take your privacy rights seriously before they are stripped from you. Thanks for listening, and have a safe and wonderful evening.